When life gives you plums, make some dessert out of it. Oh, yes, it's another Homebrew Wednesday. Just doing some bottling today, at least for this first demijohn of German style ale. It was super clear in the garage, but I think because it's coming back to a reasonable temperature inside, it's a bit lighter. More hazy. I'll be so glad once I transition over to full all grain to not have this. So if you're thinking of doing a brew in the bag, it's good, but there is this, right? There's my finger next to it. You can get an idea. There's about an inch of sediment. So yeah, and that's straight out of the brew pot. Not much to discuss. I'm just having a little sample. Now it's aged for a couple of weeks. It's not bad. It's still got a nice hoppy bite. Lots of people make a very good point of saying that extract brews have that sort of extract twang. Didn't know what they were talking about until I did this, and by Jove, old chap, you can actually taste the difference. Yeah, it's noticeable. It is noticeable. It would be nice to do an experiment one day to do exactly the same recipe, both on extract and on all grain, to actually sort of pick up on what those differences are taste-wise, because we all know it's some sort of twang, but you can't really put it into words. Do you know what I mean? So, what else is there? You know, all the usual stuff. Dominoes. Sugar's in the fridge, chilling down to a reasonable temperature next to the cottage cheese with pineapple chunks. And that's literally it. Mince. So cheers to that. Yes, one last thing is the use of honey in a brew like this. The other demijohn, growler in America, apparently that's what they call them, these little 1 gallon fermenters. I added the honey about 1.5 weeks into primary fermentation. No airlock activity now, but as soon as I put a torch to it, there's still some bubbles rising. So it's clearly not done fermenting out that honey. And it's been fermenting now for 3 weeks and 2 days. So I guess I'm going to have to leave it for a bit longer. But it's obviously not good to leave it for over a month. Month and a half at a push. But so lesson learned for next time really. Just add honey earlier. I hope it tastes nice. I really do. Also, you might notice the tremendous amount of headspace in here. Yeah, I had some issues with that. Please don't cold crash with a blow-off tube. I had about 125 ml of like just sanitizing solution in a beer bottle at the other end of the blow-off tube. I cold crashed it, and it obviously created some negative pressure because there's a lot of dead space in there, and it sucked it back in. Not all of it, but I am concerned, and I'm thinking to myself, if I drink all of this and I end up throwing up in the toilet tonight, then I clearly know that it's probably a good idea to throw this one out. That's never happened before because I would usually just put an airlock on top with a little bit of vodka. So if it does suck it in due to negative pressure, it's all good because it's just going to make it more alcoholic, probably by about 0.01%. So that's quite enough for today's Homebrew Wednesday. More of the same, unfortunately. But I would imagine next Wednesday, hopefully, all the honey is fermented out, and I'll report back to you on whether or not we actually get any decent honey side flavours. It'll be interesting to compare the two, the sort of regular version here and then the honey version, just to see if it makes any better or whether it goes with the style. So, have a good one. As always, happy Homebrew Wednesday. There's no more sample left. I'm very unhappy about that. So yeah, cheers. While I do remember, apologies for not catching up with pretty much everyone's videos. It's not 100% my fault, but the truth be told, navigating YouTube is absolute hell on earth right now. You know, even just something as simple as going into the My Subscriptions window, half of my subscriptions don't even turn up when they've uploaded a new video. So it's an absolute joke. There's probably 10, 15 homebrewers on YouTube I can think of right now where I've missed about 3 videos, literally 3 weeks worth of Homebrew Wednesdays because they haven't turned up on the subscription page. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The whole idea of YouTube was to keep people connected, and it ain't working. Alright?